Oh, baloney. The whole thing always gets back to drugs.
Hello, my name is Sandro Graca, and I'm a licensed acupuncturist. I missed saying this so much. I'm so happy to be here, to be back. I just want to ask you for a few minutes of your time because I know it's been a while and I just wanted to connect with you all in a very special way and on a very special day as well to me, and just sharing some gratitude and sharing some kindness. I am not going to talk about anything that is happening out there. I am not going to be preaching that I have a way. I just want to share and to go from my heart to your heart, from my conscious and subconscious to your conscious and subconscious. And the reason why I wanted to do it today, as I said, it's not because of what's happening out there. It's actually because of what's happening in here. And what's happening in here is that today is exactly 1 year since my granny passed away, and my gratitude and my thoughts and my love is with her, and I think about it every day, and especially today. And it just came about as the developments were happening around the world. I thought, if I'm going to reach out to you all and to pass on a message to those who want to hear, is going to happen on that day as a sign of gratitude and a thank you for, basically, if it wasn't for my granny, I wouldn't be here. And I know it sounds like a cliche, but it is the reality that if, when I was coming back from school, primary school, secondary school, my mom and dad were working, so would be granny that would have meals ready for me and make sure that I would finish the homework before going out and playing and be a good boy and all that sort of stuff. So to my granny and to my granddad, I owe them a lot. I learned a lot from my granddad as well, and I really missed them. I missed them a lot. And as I said, today is exactly 1 year since my granny passed away, and it just reminded me of, I had the chance and the opportunity of saying goodbye, not around this time, but just before, when she started to get really ill. And what happened was that I was able to go. I was able to get on the plane and go there straight away. When my brother called me, Siobhan helped me because of the clinic, and I was already lecturing in the college, and the course director was like, yeah, absolutely, go. And I was like, oh, but I'm teaching tomorrow. And she's like, no, no, just go. This is more important. And it kind of reminded me of what we're seeing these days in social media and on emails and on forums and groups. And it just reminded me of being really, really careful and being really, really cautious with what you say to people, because it might be the last thing they hear. It might be the last thing they read. It might be the last thing that they remember you for. And I would like to say that we're all being kind to each other, and we're all being really helpful and supporting each other. And originally, when I said that I was going to come out here and do this, was to just give you guys some ideas now that we have a bit more time. All that sort of stuff that we had thought about in the last few months or last few years of, oh, I would love to do this, but I don't have the time. And I thought, well, now we have the time, so let's be positive and let's be proactive and do things. So I thought about grabbing a bunch of books that would be like in this case, the books that I've been putting on the side that I really want to read and just didn't have the time to do it. And here we are now. Now we have the time. So do something for your community. Do something for yourself. Remember to put on your oxygen mask first and then go and help everybody else. And I know that, for some of you, this is going to sound like the cliche and whatever. And you know what? Let it be. Just let it be, because I'm in a much happier place than I was a year ago. I'm in a much happier place than I was 2 years ago. And it's when I think about these people that have been influences in my life, and as a matter of fact, even the books that I grabbed to show to you, and by all means, if you want me to still talk about them in different videos, I can. I think they're really, really important. I grabbed a bunch for patients, and just for you to have as ideas to pass on to your patients in case you can't see them in the clinic now for a while. You have really good quality information that you can pass on to them, and some of them for ourselves as our own self-care and development, and these are really, one of them I read it, but I want to read it again, and the other ones I just, they're relatively new books, so I just didn't have the time to read them when they were out. So now I want to read them, and this is pretty much it. It's pretty much the time for us to look after ourselves and stay as one with your mind and with your heart, and be kind to everyone around you. If you see or if you hear anyone being negative or saying something negative, evaluate the situation. Is there a point on you fueling that? Is there a point on you saying something, or do you just remove yourself from that? But ultimately, just please be kind to one another. I know I always ended up these vlogs with the be kind and be healthy. It's true. That is that is something that I really mean it. I really, from the bottom of my heart, be kind and be healthy. It's as long as you have your health, as long as you are here, you can keep going, and we will adapt and we will overcome. Uh, we don't know how right now, but hey, it's a challenge. Let's see what happens next. But let's see what happens next with a smile on our faces, with a kindness and with a support. And for example, the reason why I thought about talking about the books was because you're buying the books, you're helping the people who wrote the books. The amount of hours, the amount of knowledge, the expertise that had to go into putting this together, to have it now in front of us. The work that we do in our clinics, we do our work in our clinics, and we expect people to respect that. We want to respect of other healthcare professionals, right? We want medical doctors to have a one-to-one conversation with us. We want to make sure that the consultant looks at what we're doing with the patient and respects us and evaluates what we're doing and how it's helping their patient. We don't want them to be dismissive towards us and what we're doing just because they may or may not understand our medicine. We want connection and we want communication and we want to be able to share. So being negative and saying things and posting things online and on forums, and it's not helping. It's really, really not helping. And I I I know that I am not going to change the world. I am going to try and change my world and change my attitude, smile more, and help more, and put my hand out there more to thank those people that have picked up the phone and called over the last while, but just in the last few days, it's been amazing to connect with people that I haven't been in touch with for a good while. And let's do more of this. Let's support and let's help and our communities as much as we are allowed to in these difficult times, and as much as we can do. And I couldn't think of a better day and a better way of saying thank you to my granny for everything that she did to help me to get here. I didn't know it at the time that it was to help me to get here, but TCM and acupuncture gave me way more than I ever thought I was going to get, and gave me the opportunity to connect with you all. And that to me is precious. And I I thank you all for being there for me. And I hope that we can see each other again soon and do projects together and go out there and conquer the world and show everyone what we have to offer in our medicine. So please, please, please go out there and support one another. And remember, when you're helping someone by buying their course or buying their book or sharing their page or sharing their video, you're helping them, you're helping us as a community, and more importantly, you're helping that message to reach more patients. And that's the network sense and the kindness that I've experienced throughout the last while of traveling and meeting different people at conferences. It's really the care, the love, the sharing, the opportunities that are out there for us to go and get them. So please, please, please be kind. Write stuff as if it was the last thing that that person would be reading, or that that person would know about you or from you. Or be kind. Be really, really kind and helpful, and just love one another. And as I said, if you want to know more about a few suggestions of books that you can get your patients to read and that will be important for them or for your own self, or if you have any suggestions, please leave them in comments section and social media, whatever. But more importantly, on the day that it is today, on the situation that we're all facing right now, as one, as together, the day that it is today, I want to say I miss you, Granny, wherever you are. I hope we get another chance to sit down and have one of our chats. And to all of us as a community, as a group, as a collective, I hope that we can continue to work towards the development of TCM and acupuncture together as one kind group of people. And just as I always said to you, be kind and be healthy.
Oh, baloney. The whole thing always gets back to drugs.